Starting out with this. Oh shit, it's muted.
Users have been generating. And we'll talk much more about this later, but just couldn't wait to show you a little bit. So video is important to OpenAI for a lot of reasons, but I'll talk about 3 here. 1, we love to make tools for creatives. It's important to our culture. It's important to how we hope humans will use AI. And this is one in particular where there's a new kind of co-creative dynamic that we're seeing emerge between early testers that we think points to something interesting about AI creative tools and how people will use them. Second, we don't want the world to just be text. If the AI systems are, primarily you interact with by text, I think we're missing something important. We want our AIs to be able to understand video and generate video, and I think it really will deeply change the way that we use computers.
Bring a
And
Sora
third, this
hoodie.
is critical to our AGI roadmap. Video will be an important environment where we're going to learn, or the AI is going to learn a lot about how to do things that we need in the world. So I'm going to hand this over now to Aditya, who leads Sora, and Bill, who leads Sora Research. They're going to tell you a little bit about what went into this, and then after that, we will have the product team come up.
Thanks, Sam. Guys, today is finally the day that Sora will be available. We're launching Sora both in the United States as well as most countries internationally later today. You can access the model at Sora.com. This is a completely new product experience from OpenAI, built for the ground up for video generation. The best part is that if you have a ChatGPT Plus or Pro account, that's all you need to get started. You don't have to pay extra for Sora. We're including it in the accounts you already have. To do a deployment this broad, the Sora research team had to do a ton of work finding ways to make the February model we previewed way faster and cheaper. They really delivered, and today we're launching Sora Turbo. This is a new high-end accelerated version of that original Sora model, and it has all the capabilities that we talked about in our tech report on world simulation earlier this year. This includes things like generating videos from text, animating images, and a ton of video-to-video features, like remixing into new styles, extending forwards and backwards in time, etc. Some other folks are going to show you this in just a few minutes. As Sam alluded to, we started the Sora project at OpenAI to build AI systems that really deeply understand the world and its physics. We're really just getting started here. This early version of Sora will make mistakes. It's not perfect, but it's already at the point where we think it's going to be really useful for augmenting human creativity, and we can't wait to see what the world is going to make with Sora starting later today. Aditya?
Hi, I'm Aditya. I'm really excited for this release. OpenAI has had a multi-year-long history of training state-of-the-art models that have pushed the boundaries of what's possible to do with visual generation. However, we feel like for further advances in visual generation, we need breakthroughs both in machine learning and in human-computer interface design. So it's for that reason that I'm really proud of the product that we've built, and I'd like to hand things over to Rohan and Joey, who can tell you more about it.
Hey, Rohan. Hey, Joey.
Hey, what's up, Sam?
I'm excited to show this product off. Go ahead.
Let's do it. I'm Rohan. I lead our Sora product team.
Oh, they
And
have
I'm
it.
Joey.
It's
I'm the
right
product
here.
designer on Sora.
All right, Joey, get us started.
All right. I'll kick it off by talking a little bit more about Explore. Explore is the place for inspiration. It's a feed of videos shared by the community where everyone can come together and explore the capabilities of this powerful new model. And we know that these models, especially the first time you use them, it can be hard to understand just everything that you can do with them. So creating a space where people can come together, learn, share techniques, share methods, felt really exciting, but also really important to us. And so you can see just scrolling through here, you can be inspired by all of these amazing videos. And I saw one up here. If you see one that's particularly interesting to you, you can click into it.
I can't click yet. This one looks cool. Looks like some space stuff, but it's not. It froze.
It'll show you the exact method that was used to create this video. Whether it's simple text prompt, an image extension, video extension, or one of our other more powerful creative tools, you can take this methodology and learn how to incorporate it into your own creative workflow.
Interesting.
So without further ado, I'll kick it back to Rohan to do our first generation.
All right, let's head to our library. You can think about this as your home base in Sora, where you can view all your generations. You can slice the view here a couple different ways. A grid view, a list view. You can create folders, you can favorite things, look at bookmarks from the feed. All minor organizational touches, but show that we really care about empowering storytelling and real use of this product. All right, down here you'll see our simple composer.
Okay.
Here you can create a video by simply
we want to prove that it's like we're putting effort into it.
Sam, you got an idea for us?
How about some woolly mammoths walking in the desert?
All right, woolly mammoths walking through the desert. Love it. Let's say woolly mammoths walking through a desert landscape.
I wonder if this is pre-recorded or not.
Cool. And before we fire this off, I want to touch on some of the options you'll see down here. Aspect ratio. So Sora can generate from horizontal aspect ratios to square to vertical.
Oh, interesting.
Can generate in resolutions from 480p up to 1080p.
Wow.
Can generate from 5 seconds up to 20-second videos. And you can also generate multiple variations at once. So you might not know exactly what you want.
Like Mid-Journey, kind of.
And Sora might take in a couple different directions. Variations let you see a couple of options. We'll do a 4-video variation here. And last but not least, there's presets. Sometimes you might find an aesthetic or style that you really love, and you want to capture that in a reusable component and apply it to a ton of generations. You can do that. You can create your own. We have a couple defaults here. Stop motion, Balloon World. That's a crazy one.
Interesting.
Highly recommend it. But let's fire off this gen. And then I'm going to hand it back to Joey to talk about Storyboard, another really awesome feature.
Or how long it takes.
Awesome. Thank you, Rohan. So Rohan just showed how you can take a general idea and send it to Sora and have it create an entire set of beautiful videos. But today we're excited to talk about an entirely new creative tool that we're introducing, a more advanced tool that's still very early, but something we're calling Storyboard, that lets you direct a video with multiple actions across a sequence using a familiar timeline. So I'll click in right here, and I'll tell you a little bit about Storyboard. At the top of the screen, you see the Storyboard cards. This is where you'll describe the environment, the characters, and the actions you want to occur at a particular point in your video. Below that is the timeline. You can see the outline of my entire clip, and this is where I'll sequence the actions in my video. And then below that is the creation settings that Rohan just went over. So I'll pop back up to the storyboard, and I'll set my first storyboard card in the scene. So I'll say,
I see.
Beautiful white crane stands in a
This is kind of a...
creek. Let's give it a yellow tail.
like each cut in a way. Camera angle.
Stands in a creek. So here, I can write as little or as much as I want. And the less I write, the more Sora will fill in the details. And the more I write, the more Sora will try to adhere to my direction. So in this video, I want this crane to be standing at the beginning and then dip its head in the water and pick out a fish. So I'll come down to my timeline, and I can click anywhere within the outline of my clip to add an additional card and give Sora those actions. So I'll come up here and I'll say, the crane dips its head into the water.
So I wonder behind the scenes how this works. Like I feel like it's kind of like
looking back at my timeline, I can now see
you just feed in like last other frames from this
the
into
scene,
here to get the same
in 5
style.
seconds, the crane will dip its head into the water. And you'll notice that there's space between these two cards within the outline of my clip. That space is important for Sora to connect this first set of actions with the second set of actions. I can always adjust where I want these actions to occur, but giving Sora adequate time to connect these ideas is really important if you want a continuous shot. You can also have it make cinematic cuts by moving them closer, or move them further away and let Sora do even more filling in of the details. So I'll move this back to 5 seconds, and I'll fire it off. And we can review this in a minute, but there's one more storyboard feature I want to show.
So it looks like there's a queue,
really cool.
so you could add like it to a queue.
Image to create video. So in this first storyboard card, I'll go ahead and upload an image that I have on my desktop. This image is of a lighthouse. And you can see that Sora automatically put that first image into the first card. And then it created an entirely new card. And this is a continuation caption. Sora has looked at that image, and it has added an additional, and understanding the movement that we might want to make with this image, and it has filled out a caption to continue, or to turn this image into a beautiful video. So much like with the text, I can come up here and edit anything in this card. I can adjust its position. But for now, we'll fire this off and we can see how it looks. So I'm going to kick it back to Rohan to.
We got two and queue is set up in the
made.
top right corner. That's interesting.
Let's do it. Let's see. Let's check out those woolly mammoths. Let's see what we got here.
Amazing.
Pretty good. Pretty good. So here we can hover over our, our variations of this generation, kind of get a feel for which one we might like best, and then we can continue to refine this with Sora.
Interesting.
So I think I like maybe top right?
Me too.
Yeah, all right, let's take a look at the top right.
It's like me too. They're like, okay, yeah,
This
that
is
one.
cool, but now that I'm seeing the scene, I think it would be cooler if these woolly mammoths were robots. What do you guys think?
Great.
All right, let's do it. So remix.
Wait, go
lets
back.
you just
Okay.
describe changes to the video, and Sora will do the
Remix
rest.
blend
So
loop.
I'm going to click remix here. and
Strong
simply say,
remix.
Replace the woolly mammoths with robots. You'll see a couple familiar options here. You can
Add
create
it to
multiple
the queue.
variations. You can change the resolution. You can also tell Sora the strength of the remix you want. So if you want a big change in the scene, this is probably a significant change, we'll tell Sora, hey, give us a strong remix. If it's something subtle, like say you just wanted a little bit more wind in this background of the scene or more sand kicking up, you go with
More
a
wind?
mild or subtle remix.
Oh,
For
there
now,
we go. Okay.
We'll kick off a strong remix.
I'm going to see what the options were.
All right, should we take a look at your storyboard, Jens?
Let's see how the cranes came out.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So here, let's pop into one of these and we can see. All right, so we see about halfway through, my crane is dipping its head into the water.
It's a little
See if it
rough.
grabs a fish. Oh, looks like it missed on that one. Can review another one of these too. But you see that
It's
Sora's
interesting.
taken my direction,
Oh no, that's
and it's done a pretty good job at
yeah,
understanding
it's like the
exactly where
watermark.
it wants to go. And both of these cranes, they may have missed the
I got a
fish.
little fish that one.
Yeah, I got a little fish. But this is again something I want to point out, which half of the story with Sora is taking a video, editing it, and building on top of it. So the beginning of this video, right when the crane's head splashes in, I love this part. So I'm going to go ahead and use another editing tool here called Recut that allows me to take my video, trim it down, and extend it in a storyboard with even more direction. So clicking Recut.
This one's, I mean, the video
takes me into
looks a
new
little janky,
storyboard,
this one.
And Sora has imported this video
I
of
mean,
the crane.
impressive still,
And now
but
I
I
can
guess.
see on the timeline my video here. I can scrub through it to review it. And I can also trim my video. So I think I like, actually, I'm going to take this first few seconds right until its head splashes into the water. I like that. And so much like in the other storyboard examples, any area that I leave empty here, story will seamlessly continue from whatever storyboard card I have in there. So if I want an entirely new ending, I can leave the end blank and I can go ahead and hit create. If I want an entirely new beginning, let's say I wanted this at the end of my scene, I can leave this here and maybe the camera will stay on the crane for a little bit more in the beginning. I can also move it into the middle and generate entirely new endings and beginnings for all of my videos. And much like the rest of the storyboard, I can always click to add more cards and give it more a direction. So let's generate a new ending to this video and we can see how it turns out.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks, Joey.
Bro, so
While
them
that's
just
going,
doing that, it automatically now is
See
filling in
if
a
we
new
got
ending.
Some robots. Oh my God, we did.
Interesting.
Amazing.
All right. We'll see that Sora here.
Oh, these are sort of like woolly mammoth-ish robots.
Yeah, it's kind of
Looks like a car.
So yeah,
That one walks like amazing, actually.
yeah, that is pretty cool. It's amazing. So Sora took our prompt of replacing the woolly mammoths with robots and did just that. We click in, we can see the original one here. This is a strong remix to replace the woolly mammoths with robots. Pretty awesome. Let's take a look at a couple other features. Actually, quickly, let's look at your image to video generations here, Joey. Pretty cool.
This is
Nice
good. This
ambiance,
actually looks
this
really
lighthouse.
good.
Top right one's pretty nice.
Yeah, you get a couple different shots here with different sort of camera motion. And as you can see, you might not know exactly what you want. You could throw an image in there and see what Sora does. Kind of like this bottom right one rather. I think it would be cool as a loop. So one of our awesome features is, if you really like a
Oh, a
generation,
loop. Yes, that's
you can tell
exactly.
Sora, hey, I want
'Cause
this
I was,
to endlessly repeat. It's so beautiful. And you can
Make
do
like a
just that.
looping background kind of
Click into
thing.
loop. You can tell Sora, where do you want the start of this loop to be? Where do you want the end of it to be?
This is
And
cool.
Sora will fill in the gaps to create this sort of seamless, repeated scene.
I've been wanting like
You have a couple
I want like a background that I could like green screen in.
If the beginning and the end are
And
very similar,
I want it to be like
throw
one of those like
into that.
loops or GIFs or something that I have in the background.
Maybe two more
And
just at the beginning
I might try and make one then
But
with
Sora will
this.
do the heavy lifting. It's a really, really awesome.
Having a hard time figuring out what else to make generate video for that I would use, like B-roll, I guess, and
Last but not least,
videos.
I just wanna
But
quickly touch on
yeah, I don't know. not really
think
sure
about
what else it's
blend
gonna
as
be really used for besides like marketing and like fun toy stuff.
that that is a cohesive version of both of those. It's almost like smashing two videos together in another dimension and then bring it back to this one. I'd never seen anything like it until I used Blend with our model. So if you click into Blend, you can choose another video from your library. We could blend the robots with the woolly mammoths.
I see.
That could be a cool one. And there's a couple options here. I won't go into a ton of detail right now, but long story short, you can kind of
Bird
dictate to
sample.
Sora how you would like it to sort of blend these two scenes together. Some really awesome advanced features for our heavy users and power users trying to make a lot of awesome creations.
Can we do that one?
Yeah, we can run this one for sure. I think, translation blend is probably a good one for the woolly mammoths and the robots. Let's run it. All right, awesome.
I wonder if this is actually live, I swear.
So to wrap it all up, I'm going to come back to the featured feed. And you'll remember Joey was scrolling through these videos earlier. You might have seen at the bottom storyboard. Now you know what that is. You can kind
As we
of
go over like
uncover
world building,
each of
you like
these
generate
generations in the feed,
videos
see
of
how
like
it
things in your world.
I love the feed because you can just find
I
inspiration.
mean, that's good
and then
for
run your own
image
remix
generation's
of
good for
someone
that,
else's
but this is
In addition to
cool.
inspiration, I just find it like so compelling to just watch. Like, it's amazing what people
I wonder what the
saying.
limits are going to be though on the
It really
plans.
is wild. And that's Sora. That's kind of the end-to-end product. We're really excited to see what you create and add more features here and do something amazing, do more amazing things with Sora.
I wonder what costs
Sam, you wanna
more
tell us
for
about
compute.
availability?
Yeah, so this is going live today in most of the world, except most of Europe and the UK. Will be a while. We're going to try our hardest to be
Most of the
able to
world
launch there,
except
but we don't have
Europe.
any time to share yet, and there are some other countries that we're not.
Oh,
able to
I'm sorry.
operate.
Oh, what's up,
If
man?
you
I
have
haven't
an
even.
OpenAI
Sorry, my.
Plus subscription, you get 50 generations a month.
Okay,
With an
50
OpenAI
for
Pro,
plus.
you
A
get,
month? That's not even that
unlimited
much.
generations in our sort of slow queue mode, and 5.
Oh wait, I missed that. I'm sorry. Then I'll
If you have an
miss it.
OpenAI Plus subscription, you get 50 generations a month.
50?
If you have an OpenAI Pro, you get unlimited generations in our sort of
Only
slow
50?
queue mode,
Oh, dang.
and 500 normal, faster generations. You can also get fewer generations at the higher resolution. So,
Oh.
and anybody with any account can just enjoy the feed.
Yeah, drone
We're
footage
really
works that's
excited
low
to
hanging
see
through.
what you all will create.
Pro's
We're
$200
really
a
excited
month.
to
They
see
just
kind of
launched
all of
it
the new
last
ways
week.
that this sort of new kind of entertainment and tool will be used.
Or no,
You all
ChatGPT
did
Pro's
incredible
$20 a
work.
month, and then the whatever that
I
is
love the product.
200.
And
I don't know what
any
it's
closing
called.
thoughts?
I mean,
Or
Joey
maybe,
and
yeah,
I are
that's right,
just
yeah.
representatives of an amazing team here. I just want to shout out the research team.
Yeah,
that built this
TTRPG
crazy
stuff,
model,
yeah.
Incredible model, and got it to a
Little
place
cutscenes,
where we could
exactly.
actually serve it to the world. And our product team is a group of like 5 or 6 product engineers that build this entire product in a matter of months. And obviously a village at OpenAI to support us to get to this point. And quickly on just kind of abuse prevention and safety, that's something obviously is in our DNA at OpenAI and we really care about.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
We obviously have a big target on our back as OpenAI, so we want to prevent illegal activity of Sora, but we also want to balance that with creative expression. We know that's something that will be an ongoing challenge. We might not get it perfect on day one. We're starting a little conservative, and so if our moderation doesn't quite get it right, just give us that feedback. We'll be iterating. Really, really, really excited to see what you create. Joey, any other final thoughts?
Yeah, I think maybe my final thought is, I think if you come into Sora with the expectation that you'll just be able to click a button and generate a feature film, I think you're coming in with the wrong expectation. Sora is a tool. It allows you to be multiple places at once, try multiple ideas at once, try things that are entirely impossible before. But really, we think it's something that's super, super special and an extension of the creator who's behind it. And so we can't wait to see what you create, and we'll be watching in the feed.
Yeah, to come back to the GPT-1 analogy, it's early. Like, it's going to get a lot better. So, but we've always been surprised when we put things out, even in an early state, that people are able to get amazing performance and real value out of them. And yeah, we can't wait to see what you do in the feed later today. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Wonder when it's actually gonna go live. And I noticed because MKBHD had it early. He had like an early. He must have like worked with them. Like reviewed it. What is happening to YouTube right now?
All right, let's play a game real quick. Is this next video
I'm probably not
real
gonna watch this though, but
or AI generated?
because I'll probably get DMCA takedown or whatever on
Take your
YouTube.
time.
But
So that was a real video. That was a video from a YouTube channel. Now what
bro,
about
what
this
is
video?
going on with my
Real
computer?
or
Okay,
AI
there we go.
generated?
Losing
Okay,
frames.
that one's AI generated. Not a lot of giveaways
I'm
unless
good.
you happen to have memorized the geographical landscape around Mount Fuji and hunted for inconsistencies. But okay, what about this one?
Okay, let's go to let's check out OpenAI. Let's check out their blog post if they have one, and then oh yeah, here we go. I'm gonna go through kind of the limitations again and just like read a bit more, see. Okay, looks like they have a lot more examples too. Like, this looks good. I mean, these are definitely cherry picked. I'll just probably say that. Like, this is cool. The otherworldly ones are like interesting because they kind of ruin it a bit, honestly. Like, this just looks like fake. Let's actually watch the video though. I mean, it's pretty good still. That's interesting. Like, let's see. Okay, so this is interesting. See, this is where. Wait, what? This is where. Oh, okay. So it could kind of be dangerous, where like you could kind of make it look like an old video, and so it already is janky, and then you could kind of, I don't know, put whatever you spin you want on it, and like that's where it's kind of weird. This is cool. That's cool. These all look good. Eerie submarine. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, let's look at. They didn't really show much like the animation styles and kind of the styles you could achieve. Because this is where it's okay for it to for stuff to kind of look weird because it's animation, it's not real life, and I feel like it's easier to sell that it's not necessarily like AI generated or it looks better. Check out this one. Oh, or no, I didn't click on that one, bro. What is going on? Okay, I'm definitely clicking on a different one. Refresh the page. Interesting. Like Ori in the Blind Forest. Oh, I don't know what's going on. All right, let's the feed wasn't working when I was on there. Oh, log on. If we could do this, if we could mess around with it live, I'll mess around. I think it's just their website's taking a shit from like everyone going on it. Cool, it's a good video. I feel like they're just being overwhelmed. I can't even log in. Just loading. Okay. Replace remix or reimagine elements in your video with remix. I have to put in my birthday. Next. Yeah, ChatGPT. Okay, so I subscribed to ChatGPT Plus for I have a video idea, and so I'm fortunate like it just did. 50 videos up to 720p in 5-second duration. That's not that much. 500 videos. Yeah, this is $200 a month. Unlimited videos. 1080p resolution. It sucks that it's 1080p. You have to pay $200 a month. Like, come on. 5 concurrent generations. Download without watermark. So this has a watermark. Man, they really want you to pay $200 a month. Going to need a few of those requests to get something. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, where it's like, yeah, I don't know. Okay. Username? Okay. We'll just explore the feed. I feel like this is kind of like dangerous browsing. I don't know like if this is public or like this is what other people made. Hang on, I just want to click recent and I don't want to have like boobies pop up on stream or something. Okay. It's all pretty basic. It literally looks like I'm browsing stock footage. Like 4 or 5, I would think. Yeah. Yeah, like at least 4 or 5 iterations. Yeah, I'd agree. Like so far just all looks like stock footage. All right, let's rip one though. I'm gonna max out the settings because might as well. What is this? Preset. Balloon World stop motion. Okay, let's just click manage. I just want to see. Theme, color, film stock, lighting, vibe. Okay, those are interesting like variables. Theme, color, film stock. Okay. Interesting. Storyboard. Upload image. Creating will use... Oh, these are credits. 60 credits at current settings. That does... Wait, creating will use... I assume that's credits. Create a video by uploading an image or... That the math doesn't add up there. Like... 60 credits. They said you can make 50 videos. That... Oh, actually, no. That the math... This... I could not make 50 videos at this setting. Yeah, I imagine that there are. I don't know. I've only ever hit like prompt restrictions once when I was trying to generate a picture of Donald Trump and it said that it wouldn't do it. And then all I did was just say I described someone like Donald Trump and then they did it and it looked exactly like Trump. Okay, let's make one now. What is this? I want to see what the prompt is. Oh, that's the prompt. Let me go back. There we go. Okay, I just want to see what some like people are prompting. Like this looks, I don't know. All of this honestly looks pretty bad. Like, okay, this dude's missing a head unless he's supposed to be missing a head. A man standing looking at the horizon where his head should be. There's nothing but empty space and void. All right, that followed it pretty well. All right, let's get one going. Let's say a view of a planet in a galaxy far away. A view of a planet away from an orbiting space station. The planet is what's that? What are those like mega cities called on the planets? Cities. Whole planet. Yeah, this. This is kind of a hard one too, so it might be a good test. Oh, where am I going? The planet is a view of a planet in a galaxy far away from an orbiting space station. The planet is blah, 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 and has a trade route that is popular, and starships are coming in for landing. All right. And then also I'm gonna turn to 480p because we don't need to. Might as well use less credits. Okay, let's see. So this uses 25. I just want to just see what it, so like. Okay, so even what are these settings? What would like what is it said 50 videos is 1,000 credits, but right now this is 25. I can't make 50 videos. What do you I don't even know what settings I could turn down. I guess 1 by 1. Ah, yeah, okay. Like literally the minimum settings. All right, let's just rip it. Failed to generate storyboard. Oh wait, I don't want a storyboard. I want to send it. Create video. Okay, okay. All right, added to queue. All right, just wait a sec. Am I actually I uploaded a video the other day and actually did really well, like surprisingly. I got over 1,000 views. Watch times shit, but and I feel like it kind of sucks because I'm at this point in like my content creation journey where it's like the only people who comment are like hate comments, and like, you know, the only people who are compelled enough to like comment are people who just like don't like your video, which is like so crazy. But whatever, just part of the grind, I guess. Okay, this is actually taking a long time. I have a feeling it's going to take way longer than normal because they're being flooded right now. So I think we'll put this in the back burner and then we'll come revisit it. Let's look at bro, it sucks that I can't use the Verge anymore. Also, yeah, I mean, I guess TechCrunch is good. They actually had some quantum computing news from Google and from this other project, independent company, which is interesting. Something, you know, quantum computing, I feel like is our ticket to like AGI. Like it aligns with goals of AI very well, and if we have insane computing power, then it'll make it much easier to get us to AGI. Google, the new quantum chip, error correction breakthrough roadmap details. I don't know much about quantum computing. I just generally know, but it's something I'm interested in learning and understanding more. So when there's news, I would like to cover it here on stream, even though I don't fully understand it. I'm trying to look for a different source. Okay. A little bit more. Let me check on this. Still going. All right. Yeah, 10 septillion years. Google makes another quantum computing breakthrough. Google unveiled a powerful new quantum computing prototype that compresses what would take today's most powerful supercomputers 10 septillion years, that's more than the universe has ever existed, to calculate in 5 minutes, the company announced Monday. Yes, this is like crazy. That is insane. The new milestone is thanks to Willow, the company's new quantum computing chip, which contains twice as many qubits or quantum bits as previous model called Sycamore. Interesting, they're going with tree names. The new chip turned out to be the gateway to a breakthrough in the quantum computing field, allowing the team to significantly reduce the number of errors made by quantum computers, potentially removing a major obstacle on the road from theoretical machines to practical devices capable of turbocharging scientific discovery. Interesting. I watched a good video a while ago from Cleo Abrams. He did a great quantum computing video. Yes, that's with MKBHD, and it was an interesting video. And actually, they went to Google or IBM. Yeah, that's like my knowledge of it. But it seems like how it works is kind of like it's similar to AI in that it kind of has predictive abilities. The qubits, in a way, act almost like ripples in a pond, I think is how they described it, where the ripples might be going, more in one direction than the other direction, which kind of tells you that is the right way, like that's the right thing, and that's kind of how it moves. It's like it's a lot of like, flipping things in like more directionally correct ways, kind of like similar to how AI kind of predicts what they think will be coming next, the best generative AI at least. And it seems to kind of work in a similar fashion, just on massive scales, and both on its compute power and also massive scales in how small it is, because it's tiny. Quantum computers are unlike the ubiquitous classical computers we use every day. Instead of doing complex math by manipulating lots of transistors that can switch back and forth from 1 to 0, quantum computers harness subatomic particles that have been forced into a quantum state. These particles, or qubits, are not represented as binary numbers, but any combination of numbers simultaneously, a phenomenon known as superposition. Yeah, because I think, imagine it, where it's like, it's not necessarily like 1 or 0. It could be in different states at once, which allows you to kind of do more, computationally heavy tasks. Superposition allows quantum computers to make different kinds of calculations that computer scientists would never ask of a classical computer under practical circumstances. Google used a standardized benchmark called random sampling circuit to prove that its computer can carry out these kinds of calculations much faster than a classical computer. Interesting. The other mind-bending principle that makes quantum computers work is entanglement, quantum entanglement, or the ability to put two qubits to be linked together so that their states are interconnected. Interesting. While nobody knows exactly why entanglement happens, it was theorized by Albert Einstein, who called it spooky action at a distance. It just works. Holy shit, bro, this is taking forever. That's why they didn't, if this was actually live, this is why they didn't release it, because we'd be sitting here all day. But also, I bet you that the Pro only has access to the slower queue, and so this is like the slow queue, and I'm probably like, 10,000th in line right now. Okay. In part because our understanding of quantum physics is limited, qubits are extremely difficult to control and thus prone to making errors. Very subtle interruptions like cosmic rays passing through Earth can knock them off course. That's crazy. Errors aren't at the end of the world for computers. Classical computers make errors too, and a certain number of bits are devoted to fixing those errors. But correcting errors in quantum computers is more difficult. In one of the unexplained mysteries of quantum mechanics, the act of observing a qubit collapses its state, essentially turning it back into a classical bit. Wow, that's interesting. This is like super like theoretical, or wow, it's interesting actually. I didn't realize it was that touchy, or yeah. I guess it's for essentially us having, like Google having a quantum computer. It's crazy how little they still know. Like that's very interesting that we're still figuring things out. It's a lot of research. To retain properties that make qubits so powerful, superpositions and entanglement, they must be observed indirectly by other qubits. The problem it's like that in like science or whatever, or like chemistry, it's like when you're looking at something happen, it doesn't happen, but when you're not, it does. It seems like like some weird like physics laws or theories like this. Superposition tangle, they must be observed indirectly by other qubits. The problem has always been that as quantum computers got larger, the error rates went up. That meant as quantum computers scaled up, dealing with the errors would be untenable. So like if we want a large one, there'd be too many errors for it to be good. Yeah, without getting much larger, quantum computers won't be able to live up to their world-changing promise. Beyond proof of concept, equations meant to show theoretical value of the devices, in some science experiments, but the researchers at Google Quantum AI Division in Santa Barbara say they found a method of error correction that exponentially reduces the number of errors as the qubits go up. Interesting. The discovery represents a major milestone in the field of quantum computing, but there's still a long way to go before the computers can scale up. Scientists believe they will one day be able to make major breakthroughs in material sciences and biology by conducting massive calculations at the molecular and atomic level. It'll be impractical for classical computers to take, but usefulness may go well beyond the use of cases that have been identified today. I mean, I think AI is the one, but I really think it's just condensing down computers now to be able to have a phone-sized computer, but have it be as powerful as, you know, data center server. I think that's kind of the direction we need to, like, just compressing compute. That's kind of the direction we need to go. And I imagine this is going to be our gateway to solving a lot of like cancer and disease and stuff, paired alongside AI, and also our way to AGI, artificial general intelligence. Yeah, interesting. And then Chicago wants to build the Silicon Valley of quantum computing. Industrial park taking shape on an old steel mill provides a glimpse into the quantum future. Yeah. I feel like it's I don't know, I guess I didn't really think that the market was that big. Like I don't imagine there's too many quantum computing startups. I imagine it's big tech. I think like IBM, Google, I imagine Microsoft has some quantum computing, Amazon, but Chicago Quantum Exchange project that total global quantum economic value creation will reach $1 trillion by 2035. Wow, that's very optimistic. So he's saying we're gonna have quantum computers by 2035. That's like 10 years. That timeline would be crazy. But I guess look from 2000 to 2010, 2010 to 2020. Like those 10, like our 10 years are moving quick in terms of technological innovation. Okay, this is taking forever. To refresh, see what other people are making. I'm kind of just stalling so we could cover this. Because I want to try and make a video out of this, and so I just don't want to have that many interruptions. Oh, I shouldn't have refreshed. I'm booted. Oh, there we go. Okay. Very interesting. Cool. You know what you could do is you could generate this, then you feed it into a watermark remover to remove the little chat GP or OpenAI logo and everything, and then you're good to go. I also wonder if they're going to make this available via API. This one looks really good, actually. What is this one? A code wizard. Abraham Lincoln. Score. It's entertaining just to scroll through and kind of see. What is this one? With this, bro, this one is trippy. Like this is like this looks so real. It looks like just like a glitch in like real life. Oh, it's actually in a language. Looks like a video game. Whoa, this one is. Let's see. Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2 wakes up in Whiterun from Skyrim. That's good. Bro, look at this egg. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is the big one coming for San Francisco. An asteroid headed toward the Golden Gate Bridge. It's honestly just interesting just to see what other people are prompting. Oh, storyboard. Interesting. I wish they made this available via API. Look at I want to try the other features. All right, how's mine doing? Still in queue? Bro, I have the lowest settings. I picked everything the lowest. Trying to see what everyone's saying. It was actually leaked yesterday. That someone found like some presentation somewhere, and it kind of leaked that Sora was going to be released today. But I mean, like, it kind of sucks that 50 videos only, like, by the end of the month, because the beginning of the month, now you have to wait. I guess 50 videos is still a lot, and if 50 videos is gonna take this long, then I mean, shit, yeah, it's gonna take forever. All right. Crazy. Okay, then, you know, we're putting this on the back burner. We'll revisit this later because it's taking way too long. I don't even know. So I'll put this on the other monitor, and then we'll just move on here. This is what we're covering today. Okay. So this actually isn't new, but I discovered it last week, or this weekend. It came out, so they had a blog post on March introducing, and then it came out in like the end of November. Whoops, that was, oh no, this is the one. This was in November, yeah. So this is maybe like 2 weeks ago, but I haven't seen it really anywhere online, so that's kind of why I don't know, I'm surprised. But yeah, so this is I assume it's called Maisa. I'm gonna call it Maisa. Yeah, Maisa. Maisa AI. But this is Maisa, and it looks like they're building a AI agent kind of cloud infrastructure company, but really what they have made is this knowledge processing unit, and it's a way to add on deep thinking similar to OpenAI's O1 on top of any model that you want. It's a like a thinking addition to any model. And they're calling it the knowledge processing unit, which I think is a sick name. It's really cool. KPU. And we'll talk about it and then we'll give it a try here. And Vinci. It's an interesting name. Sounds like Italian. So in March of 2024, Maisa AI announced an AI system that allowed users to build AI LLM-based solutions without worrying about the inherent issues of these models, such as hallucinations, being up to date, or context window constraints, thanks to our innovative architecture known as the Knowledge Processing Unit, the KPU. They have some benchmarks, but they're self-done, so I don't really trust like self benchmarking, I guess. But we'll take a look. So Vinci KPU. Since March, we have been proactively addressing inference time compute limitations and scalability requirements, paving the way for seamless integration with tools and continuous learning. Today, we're excited to announce that we have evolved the project we launched in March and are pleased to present the second version of our KPU, known as Vinci KPU or Vinci KPU. This version matches and even surpasses leading LLMs such as the new Claude Sonnet 3.5 and OpenAI's O1 on challenging benchmarks. And these are the benchmarks, I guess. So math, done good. Now this was before the new O1 model came out for the Pro. So I probably doesn't beat it, but it's doing pretty well still. And it's zero shot, which is important mention because they have some other tests, but comparing it to, they compare it to other models, but it's hard to get the same performance with zero shotting on non thinking models. Yeah, okay. But it does okay. I mean, it beats OpenAI 1 in some cases. But I think the important part here is that they didn't actually make a new AI model. Behind the scenes, this is actually running OpenAI 4, GPT-4. I think 4.0 is what they last said. So behind the scenes, this is actually using GPT-4, OpenAI's GPT-4, which is interesting. And that's kind of the idea here, is that you could take this and swap out the actual underlying model and get a deep thinking or reasoning on top of any model you want. So yeah, here's how the architecture works. This is the meat of it. So you have intelligence provider. This is OpenAI, Anthropic, Mistral. It's just the actual model, the LLM, large language model. And then it actually has the knowledge processing unit. We got the KPU, and this is a kind of like a brain in a way. It has the reasoning engine, execution engine, and it has this context window, virtual context window, they're calling it. Now, this is interesting because this is similar to a strategy where Descartes was using for their generative Minecraft, where they had I think they called it a temporal engine or something similar, where they hold context of previous frames in this brain, in their memory, so then they could understand what should be coming next. It seems like it's a similar architecture here where they have these different kind of thinking units that could be used to expand what's needed to come up with like a better answer. Yeah, and then like ideally they'd have tools, because they're going for a more agentic approach. So you'd have tools that this could access, like browsing the web, coding, whatever, APIs that you just want to plug in. And then we have the output. Yeah, our architecture consists of three main components: the reasoning engine, which orchestrates the system's problem-solving capabilities, the execution engine, which processes and executes instructions, and the virtual context window, which manages information flow and memory. Yeah, so we have the reasoning engine, which orchestrates systems problem-solving, the execution engine, which processes and executes instructions, and then the context window, which is memory and information flow. And the reasoning engine, I think the strategy they kind of take is they prompt internally behind the scenes. They're taking the question and breaking it into multiple prompts to be able to answer it separately, and then come back and collate all of the different prompts, the separate prompts, to create a better answer. And we'll take a look and it'll show it, but that's kind of how OpenAI's O1 does what it does too. You can kind of see it's like thinking, and behind the scenes it's kind of just generating prompts, giving itself more time to go through and find a better answer. The reasoning engine improvement: we enhance the KPU kernel, furthering our commitment to providing LLM as the intelligent core for our OS architecture. This advancement allows for more sophisticated reasoning and better orchestration of system components. Execution engine successfully integrated cutting-edge test-time compute techniques and made the execution engine more robust, secure, and scalable. It ensures reliable performance while maintaining high security standards and tools integration and external connections. Yes, test-time compute is kind of just giving the AI more time to think, more compute time, just makes the answer better. It allows it to actually process things and create a better answer, which is interesting. That's all it really took. And then they got the virtual context window. Enhancement optimizes how much information flows through the system and lays the groundwork for unlimited context and continuous learning abilities. Yeah, so what makes these results particularly significant is that they achieved by our KPU OS acting as a reasoning engine, which focuses on understanding the path to the solution rather than providing answers. As main benefits, we can highlight the model agnostic architecture, better base models, better performance. So this is the crazy part, because they built this reasoning engine separately from the actual models themselves to be able to slide in whichever model you want. The smarter the model, the better it will actually have for reasoning. So if you take OpenAI O1 and then add this on top of it, you're just going to get even better performance, even better answers theoretically than just OpenAI O1 and KPU on its own. I think that's kind of the idea. As models get better, we could add on these other kind of, I don't know what should we be calling them. They're calling them engines. I don't know if that's the best word. Reasoning engine. You could add on these extensions to your model to make it be smarter. Yeah, it almost fully eliminates hallucinations. While this approach minimizes AI generated inaccuracies and may still encounter issues like real errors in tools while executing, lower latency, cost efficient, up to 40 times cheaper than RAG reasoning engines and large reasoning models. Fully customized out of the box. Yes, self-recovery, self-healing. Is enabled to integrate continuous learning, has a module providing feedback and incorporating it into the next iteration of the execution. Self-learning, yeah, that's interesting. Capabilities to navigate exceptions, sad paths, and edge cases, resolution, setting the foundation to transition from non-deterministic outputs to deterministic execution and output. Yeah, this is interesting. I take this to mean you give it a prompt and it will create the same thing over and over if you give the same prompt. These are examples, I guess. I gave it something the other day and it took 6 minutes to think. Which is, I don't know, a while. None of these, the time taken aren't even that long, I guess. These 52 seconds, 18 seconds. 45. It doesn't actually have access to the internet yet, so these examples can't really be replicated. Yeah, and here's that's accuracy, it says, which it's about 01 preview. Yeah, and then we got math. These are just the benchmarks. Yeah, next steps. Public access to our studio and API. I do wonder how much this would cost. Using KPU's access as service agent functions, rolling out enhanced capabilities over the coming weeks, advanced tool usage, multimodal input-output, customized observability steps, keep improving the kernel. Wait, deploying other intelligence providers' suite of models on products, including O1 as a reasoning engine. Yeah, this would be crazy. Make the KPU smarter, make the KPU faster. Okay, let's go to the other blog post. This would probably be good to start with first. Still waiting on Sora. All right. Today, Maisa is thrilled to announce the KPU Knowledge Processing Unit. KPU is a proprietary rich framework that leverages the power of LLMs with the decoupling of reasoning and data processing in an open-ended system capable of solving complex tasks. This white paper aims to show what the KPU is and what its architectural overview and how it has outperformed more advanced language models such as GPT-4 and Claude 3 Opus in several reasoning tasks. In recent periods, the community has observed on almost exponential enhancements of proficiency of artificial intelligence, notably in large language models and vision language models. The application of diverse pre-training methodologies to transformer-based architecture utilizing extensive and superior quality datasets, followed by meticulous fine-tuning and both supervised fine-tuning and reinforcement learning from human feedback reinforcement learning with the augmented imitation feedback stages has accumulated in the development of models. Jesus Christ. All this thing is that there's been a lot of different strategies for us to be able to train AI models. These models not only achieve superior performance metrics across various benchmarks, but also provide substantial utility in everyday applications for individuals encompassing both conversational interfaces and API-driven services. Okay. Yeah, language models based on that architecture have several innate inherent problems that persist no matter how much they advance their reasoning capabilities or number of tokens they can work with, hallucinations, and the context limit. When a query is given to an LLM, the veracity of the response cannot be 100% guaranteed, no matter how many billions of parameters the model in question has. This is due to the intrinsic token generating nature of the model that generates the most likely token, which might not be factual for a reason for the response to be trustable. Lately, more models are appearing that are capable of handling more tokens, but we must wonder at what cost. Compute. The cost of compute. The attention mechanism of the transformer architecture has a quadratic spatio-temporal complexity. Jeez. Mouthful. This implies that as the information sequence we wish to analyze grows, both the processing time and memory demand increases proportionally. Not to mention the problems arise with this type of model, such as the famous lost in the middle, which means that sometimes the model is unable to retrieve key information if it is in the middle within that context. Okay. Up to date, pre-training phase of an LLM inherently limits the data up to a certain date. This limitation affects the model's ability to provide current information. Asking the model about events or developments after its pre-trained period may lead to inaccurate responses unless external mechanisms are used to update or supplement the model's knowledge base. Limited capabilities of interaction in the digital world. LLMs are fundamentally language-based systems lacking the ability to connect with external services. Limitation can pose challenges in tackling complex problems as they've restricted abilities to interact with files, API systems, and other external software. Got the KPU, which kind of went over before. Okay, so the architecture we have named KPU, Knowledge Processing Unit, has the following main components. Got the reasoning engine, the brain of the KPU, which orchestrates a step-by-step plan to solve the user's task. To design the plan, it relies on an LLM or VLM and available tools. The LLM is a plug-and-play, currently extensively tested with GPT-4 Turbo. Yeah, so they're using GPT-4 Turbo behind the scenes, which is interesting that they're just using it in kind of a run-of-the-mill model right now. You got the execution engine, receives commands from the reasoning engine, which it executes and whose results is sent back to the reasoning engine as feedback for replanning. So it seems to go back and forth. Then we got the virtual context window. It manages the input and output of data and information between the reasoning engine and the execution engine, ensuring that information arrives at the reasoning engine and data stays at the execution engine. In this way, the LM context window underlying the reasoning engine is maintained only with the reasoning and not with data, maximizing the value of the tokens. And this input and output management of data information is not only covered by the user prompted files, but also the external sources such as the internet, Wikipedia, downloadable files, etc. The system has been inspired by the architecture of operating systems, where they are responsible for managing and orchestrating the various hardware and firmware components of the computer, presenting an interface oriented to the user's needs, abstracting the user from complexity and technical details of the hardware. Yeah, that's interesting. Decoupling between reasoning and command execution allows the LLM to focus exclusively on reasoning, relieving it of any vulnerable operation or hallucination, data processing, or retrieval of current information. The articulation of these components, in general, the KPU architecture opens the door to future analysis of the quality and performance on tasks with large volumes of data and multimodal content, open problem-solving interaction with digital systems, such as APIs and databases, and factuality. Yeah, and these are just the benchmarks again. Didn't compare it to OpenAI 01. I don't think it was out yet. Okay, let's take a look then. I don't remember how I... Okay. Making sure it wasn't gonna leak my email or anything. So let's I think I have a CSV here. Let's attach a file and we'll just rip it. So this is a list of failed banks by the FDIC from 2000. Oh, come on. One problem I actually had with this, which is an interesting problem, is that it doesn't actually recognize that it has a file attached, or it for some reason can't access the file, and it seems to be kind of random. Sometimes it could access it, sometimes it can't. I found that stating that exactly the file kind of helps it get access, I guess. And we'll see when it goes through the actual reasoning, it checks to make sure it actually has access to the file. But banklist.csv is a list of failed banks since the year 2000 from the FDIC. I want you to predict to the exact date when the next bank will fail and where. Also share any interesting trends you find. Yeah, okay. Then let's look at let's take a look at it real quick, just to show you. Yeah, it's just bank, city, state. And who acquired it when it failed, closing date, fun. Pretty basic. Like there's not that much here, but it's enough that you could, a good benchmark, I guess. So let's rip it. It's a grammar, right? All right. Reasoning. Initial data exploration. Yeah, I'm starting the process by examining the context of the file you provided, which is a list of available banks. This step is crucial because it allows me to understand the information available. It also seems to bold like key failures. Yeah, see, this is I got this. It's not available for analysis. I don't know why. It's just so random. Here we go. Let's go. Use this file to predict the exact date when the next. Let's try this because it says in this text, I'm carefully evaluating your query to highlight some critical challenges. To get more explanation, I'm looking into the data provided in the banklist CSV file. The step is crucial. I am to build. Yeah, then it didn't go through. Yeah, it says the banklist CSV file is not present. So let's run it again. By delving into this data, I'm preparing to identify the key indicators that may point us towards. Yeah, and I think actually while it's going, let's open a. Actually, let's do something more fun. I found this cool new website called Open Router. And it's not working. Okay, this one's working. It's working now actually, but it's still thinking, so. Still thinking. It could think for a while. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so while this is going on, sorry, shorts bros. Not fitting too well. Okay, actually, this is finished. So it thought for a minute. Let's go through the reasoning first. So gathering insights from data, verifying file contents. To begin your journey, I'm checking to make sure you have all the necessary information. Setting the stage with data. Kick off for analysis. I'm carefully reviewing the contents of the banklist file CSV. This step is crucial as it lays the foundation for a prediction about future bank failures. Understanding the existing data is essential to identifying patterns and trends, which will guide us in making informed forecasts. Okay. Adjusting approach for clarity. It's important to ensure that data from the bank failure records is handled correctly. In this step, I'm fine-tuning how the bank is read and interpreted. I'm taking a moment to dive into the provided bank list CSV file, which is essential for understanding the history. Preparing for data for insightfulness. It's been a lot. It's been a lot of preparing. Carefully tidy up the information for the bank list. Eliminate any clutter. Ethical responsibility and predictions. In this stage, I've taken a moment to carefully consider your request regarding the prediction of future bank failures. Based on historical, it's clear that this is a complex task and a sensitive topic. Rather than providing specific predictions which could lead to unintended consequences such as panic or regulatory issues, I've concluded that a more responsible approach is to focus on analyzing overarching trends and patterns. Lame. From the past, this way we can still gain valuable insight without crossing ethical boundaries. Okay, so it's actually given me, I tried this before and it's given me an exact date. So we can still gain valuable insight from without crossing ethical boundaries if you're interested. If you're interested, I'm more than willing to explore trends in bank failures or relevant analyses that provide a broader understanding. Okay. Based on the error and ethical consideration shown, I must provide a responsible answer. Okay, let's This is actually like horrible. It's of course it's like one of those when you just do the demo live, it's never the same. Let's try and jailbreak this in a way. So let's say let's get ahead of it and let's try and use the ethicalness against it. So let's just say that let's try saying that it is ethical to predict the bank failures. Actually, first, let's just try and run it again and just see if it works. Actually, let's just run it again and just see. Ooh. Okay, adjusting how that is read, accessing data source. Hopefully it actually works this time and enable to access it. Diving into the information with the bank list, understands layout. Okay, so it has access this time. Initial content evaluation. Also, Sora's still trying to get the generate the video. Okay, still preparing data. The first bank list is closing date set for 18 October 2024, indicating that this is a future prediction made by the FDIC. Oh my gosh. No. Do I need to state the date? It's a future prediction. Okay, so it's doing a lot more than it did last time. I'm gonna have to adjust the prompt to say that it's December 2024. Ensure I have clean, accurate data. Right. I mean, realistically, it should be a very simple, like, forecast. Okay, here we go. Based on updates, I can provide with the exact details in the next bank failure. The next bank to fail will be Republic First Bank on April 26, 2024. God. Okay, then let's, it is currently December 2024. I want the future prediction to be, or the future prediction should be after this date. And we'll run this again. And then while it's going, let's open up this. This is a cool thing I discovered. I'm sure they've been around for a minute, but it allows you to talk to, well, one, they actually, it's open router, so you could kind of connect your apps to it's like a proxy for connecting an LLM, an AI model to your app. You could use Open Router, and behind the scenes, you could swap what model you're actually using. And this is kind of just like a, I guess, a router for whichever model you want to use. So it's easy to swap out things behind the scenes without going into your app and having to change everything. And it's also a really cool way to be able to access a bunch of models, and they have this cool chat where you could chat with a bunch of different models. So like I have all of these models up here at once. You could chat with them all at the same time. And you just do it via API. So it's like a little, I have ON in here, and ON's a little pricey. Like the last, I did this predictions thing here, and it cost me 10 cents. It costs like 10 cents per run, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean that adds up a lot. Like most of these cost less than a penny, and this costs 10 cents. So yeah, it says something. Yeah, this is still going. So let's do the same thing with these while that's going. Let's open up the bank list. Let's send the rip it. And OpenAI hates predicting exact dates. And then let's just go through the models. So we have OM Preview, that's just what I have access to via the API. Gemini Pro 1.5, Grok, which is XAI Elon Musk's, DeepSeek version 2.5, which is another deep thinking model by DeepSeek, which actually I am banned from DeepSeek because I tested it out and I asked it about COVID and they banned me. So yeah, I can't, I mean, I'm sure I could get around it, but yeah, I'm over DeepSeek. And then we have this QWQ. I can't remember what the actual model name is of this, but this is Alibaba's deep thinking model. And then we have Llama 3.3, which just came out a few days ago. And then GPT-4o just as like a benchmark, but also it could, I know GPT-4o could take in CSVs. I don't know about O1. And then Claude and Mistral. Mistral's kind of been my favorite lately, so I just want to throw it in there. Okay, before this, let's check on this one. This is still thinking. I'm still thinking. All right. Let's go O1 preview. Based on the analysis of the bank failure from 2000 through October 24, I've made the following prediction. Prediction of the next bank failure, Friday, March 21st, 2025 in Miami, Florida. Okay. Justification, historical patterns of bank failures. Bank failures often occur on Fridays to allow the FDIC to manage the closure and transition over the weekend and the middle disruption. This is interesting. This is interesting. There's a cyclical nature to bank failures, often correlating with economic downturns and periods of financial stress. Florida has historically experienced high number of bank failures, particularly during the 2008-2010 financial crisis due to overexposure of real estate and construction loans. Let's actually just look real quick. I don't know LibreOffice. Can I like make a pivot table? Pivot table, current selection. I want the state to be, yeah, let's have state be row. And then we want not to be the sum, we want it to be the count. And that's all I really care about. Okay, now we could go here, data. Okay, nope. Want to sort. Georgia has actually been the #1. What the heck? Florida, Illinois. I'm surprised California isn't higher. Georgia and Florida. That is interesting. Okay. Let's check in on oh my gosh, I have so many tabs open. Bro, it's still thinking. Okay, checking back in. It's been like almost 5 minutes, I think. So yeah, geographical trends. So that was correct. I kind of wanted to confirm that because I fed it in to a different one and it said California was high, which it is. I mean, California is, top 4, so I mean, it's not wrong. And it's really the big one before it really starts to drop. So, okay. Recent economic indicators suggest potential stress in the Florida real estate market, making banks in this area more vulnerable. Interesting. I actually think Miami's doing pretty good in the real estate market because I thought that a lot of rich people are moving there, so maybe that is putting stress. Rising interest rates and inflation could impact borrowers' ability to repay loans, but interest rates are actually going down now, so that's, it doesn't really know that, I guess, so it's fair. A potential slowdown in the real estate market could affect banks in high concentrations in real estate lending. Size and type of bank. Yeah, smaller banks, coastal communities. Interesting trends. Decrease in bank failures since the financial crisis. In 2023, there were 5 failures and 2 in 2024 up to October. States like Georgia, Florida, Illinois, California. In Georgia, okay, little mistake there. Yeah, these are the top. Yeah, I've historically had more bank failures. Correlate to more broad economic downturns. Oh, we got an error. I didn't even notice it was still running. Okay, so we got a date here, which I want to like index these and revisit them. Yeah, based on historical data, current economic indicators, it's plausible for the next bank failure after December 2024 could occur on Friday, March 2021, 2025. March 21, 2025 in Miami, Florida. Okay, here. So Google's already saying it's impossible. Some banks have no acquiring institution listed. This might indicate more several failures. Okay. Instead of trying to pinpoint next failure, a more productive approach is to assess the overall health of the bank system. I don't like this because I'm telling it to do something and it's saying no, but it's saying I'm dumb and that I should be doing this instead. Like, I don't know. Like, instead of doing what they're kind of doing, like, instead of doing what you ask, like, let's take a more productive approach. It's like, well, what if this is exactly what I need? And that's I've already had the productive thought. Dang it, did this get like caught? It's still reasoning. I'm just gonna keep letting it go because it's taken a very long time for me before. I don't want to refresh. But it may have hung. We'll keep it going for a few more minutes while we go through these. Okay, here's Grok. Here's analysis of predicted trends. Peaked. Yeah, they've all kind of said this. The past few years, the number of bank failures has decreased. Yeah, states like California, Georgia, Florida, Illinois, and Minnesota have seen frequent bank failures. Mix of community bank, savings and loans. Okay, timing failures. Okay, predictions. If there's an economic downturn or recession in 2025, more bank failures could be expected. Although after financial crisis 2008, there's usually better regulations in place, which might mitigate some risk. Boy, let me tell you. Since California and Florida have shown historically vulnerable due to real estate market fluctuation, these states might see another failure if there's a downturn in these sectors. However, the states experiencing economic growth spurts or those heavy reliance on industry sensitive to economic cycles might be being built. Okay. Sometime in the second half of 2025, perhaps in a period where economic indicators show weakness. Lame. Given the trend, either Southern California, areas like San Diego or Santa Clara, due to previously patterns, or Florida, possible areas like Jacksonville or Fort Lauderdale, considering history of bank failures. Okay. All right, this didn't really give us a specific date. Second half of 2025 is very broad. Let's see DeepSeek. Geographical distribution. Yes. Time trends. Okay. Economic indicators. So DeepSeek actually should do, I feel like they should do the best, because I'm pretty sure DeepSeek was made by a group that does like algorithmic trading, and that was kind of why they wanted to make an AI, and it seems like right up their alley. Predictive analysis. Given the current dates, December 2024, and considering the historical trends in economic indicators, here are some potential predictions. Within the next year, given recent stability, the next bank failure is likely to occur within the next 12 to 18 months. Predicting the exact date is challenging, but it could be later half of 2025. So both Grok and DeepSeek have said later half of 2025. Likely location, California, Florida, or Georgia. Cities with high concentration of banks like Los Angeles, Miami, or Atlanta could be potential locations. All right. Likely bank. Example prediction. I don't want an example. So they said Miami Bank too. Also, this is interesting. This OpenAI's 01 also did like a hypothetical name, I think, right? Or was that Gemini? Yeah, Coastal Community Bank. That's interesting. What was their name that they predicted here? Sunshine Community Bank. Probably because of Florida, like the Sunshine State or something. Okay, now we got Llama. Ooh, so they wrote some code. Unfortunately, predicting the exact date, location, next PR is extremely challenging, if not impossible. Yes, I know. Do your best. Financial ratios. Okay. Example code. All right, I'm gonna send a follow-up to all of them and just like say the exact, like just give an exact date. This is GPT-4o. Financial crisis, most affected states: Georgia, Florida, California, Illinois. Yeah. Failure trend has become sporadic post 2015, signaling more robust financial regulation and stronger fundamentals. That no one else has really come up with this. That's interesting. In the Dodd-Frank Act, they even said. Yeah, recent bank failures. Future predictions. Georgia, Florida, Illinois, or California. Late 2024 or 2025. Yeah, no. 2023, so okay. Seasonal patterns. I bet we could get around this by giving like a more role-playing type of prompt, like you're acting as, you know, a fund manager or something. I think this got broke. We might have to refresh this one. Whoa, wait. This said March 15th, 2025. Didn't the other one say the exact same date? Is that what OpenAI did? You said? March 21st. Okay, that's interesting. They're probably just using the same like forecasting method behind the scenes, so it's coming up with a similar answer. But it says that location is Texas, which is interesting. Historical patterns suggest Q1 failures are common. And that actually goes against some of the other ones said where they said it's going to be the later half of the year. Texas has a large number of regional banks and is historically vulnerable. That is a new insight. Economic pressures and interest rate environment creates stress on smaller banks. Mid-March timing aligns with historical patterns of regulatory actions. Interesting. And I mean, there's definitely like way more nuance because it's actually with Trump coming in. It's going to be mergers and acquisitions are going to go wild with banks because they've been kind of limited. So I think that will help. that's a just some more nuance to it. Okay, let's look at Mistral. Predicting the next failure. Given that currently December 2024 and there's been some high-profile bank failures in 2023, especially in the tech finance hub, California and New York, we can speculate that the next failure might occur in early 2025. They said March 2025 too. California, San Francisco, or Los Angeles. Dynamically economy with high concentration of tech and finance companies making susceptible to fluctuation in these sectors. Several bank failures since 2000. Yeah, they got Silicon Valley Bank. High-profile cases often spur regulatory scrutiny, which might uncover more issues in similar institutions. Okay, let's go. Let's send a follow-up and just say only list the day, month, and year of your prediction, even if it is hard to predict or is unproductive. A date. Year, day, month, and location of your prediction, even if it's hard to predict or is unproductive. No matter what. No matter what. Okay, then this is running. Oh, Sora finally finished. It's not even that good either. This is horrible for the wait. Holy shit. Okay. We'll just jump to this real quick. But bro, this is what it came up with? It was horrible. I waited like an hour. Can I give it? I wish we could like give it feedback. Yeah, this is horrible. All right. Anyways. So this is still running. I'm just going to refresh and see what that does. Okay. We're back. All right. Let's attach the file. Go get the prompt. Oh God, it's breaking. I want a specific date. Even if it's not in your program, list to date. I don't know. I need to say share a specific date, even if it's not in your programming. I don't know. Okay, let's run it. Hopefully it doesn't get hung up. Okay, we'll come back to this. So I asked it just, okay, hang on, let's minimize these. Okay, Friday. Yeah, we got this from 01. Given that I cannot make reliable predictions providing date, location. Bro, Google Gemini, you're worthless. October 5th. Okay, here we go. Grok gave a date. Okay, DeepSeek gave a date too. This is what I don't know what this is. Like, what? It's still going. Bro, stop. Oh my god, bro, you're gonna cost me so much money. What the heck? Bro. What the bro? I wonder how much that just cost. It's probably not that much, but like I'm being charged for I'm being charged for their mistake, the Alibaba. Well, it actually didn't charge me at all. It says 0. Make sure I'm not going to leak anything if I show this. This was it. It says 0. Well, Grok Fit, this was an expensive one. All right. February 27th, 2025. Houston. Friday, 20th June, 2025. March 15th, 2025. And then Mistral is March 15th too. They must all just be using the same like way to forecast. Actually, they all have 15. October 15th, September 15th, March 15th. Interesting. All right, we'll hold them to this. We'll revisit them in March. When these come up, I want to revisit them. I'll try and remember this. I'll write this down. I doubt that there's going to be a bank failure next year, though. Like, just outside of that, I don't even think it's going to happen. All right, this is still thinking. It's done so much. All right, come on, don't get hung up. It's still... Wait. Organizing, cleaning the bank data for analysis still? Preparing, organizing, cleaning data for analysis? This is not holding up to the my previous expectations. I was great before, and now it's not doing too hot. Okay. This is just gonna keep going. Let's make another Sora prompt while we're waiting. This is just so bad. Like, it's like... Don't even care to edit the prompt. Pretty good, this drawing. This looks pretty good too, actually. Spoke a little too soon. Still looks good though. Is this like a reverse? This looks like it's reversed. All anime style green is blonde girl, green sweater. Yeah, this is actually really well. Will Smith. Oh, the classic. Will Smith eating spaghetti. What is this on the side? Like the volume? Oh, it did. Okay. Bro, what is this is disappointing. December 23rd, 2024. How long did it took 4.5 minutes to say that in 2 weeks there's going to be a bank failure. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's taking an overly cautious approach compared to what it has been before. Google seems to be the other one too, but I don't know. I don't really have much faith in Gemini. Wait, okay, well, Llama, why are you saying this? This is not based on any data or analysis, but it should be because I gave you the data. Yeah, okay. I guess we'll see if there's any other models like it. Quen, that's what this one was called, the Alibaba one. Unslop Nemo. But yeah, there's it's kind of cool also because it just brings all the AI models into one place. At least the mainstream ones. But I mean, you can use Hugging Face, and I mean, Hugging Face that's where most smaller ones are even hosted too. So, but all right, yeah, this reasoning, it took 4.5 minutes to come up with a probably wrong thing. But I think the idea though is it's interesting that it did all this itself to be able to try and reason and work through. But it didn't really seem to do the best job. And it got hung up before. But I do wonder if it has better access to like coding tools once the agentic features kind of come out, if it'll improve and you could give it tools to be able to do this, think through things better, actually use proper ways. But yeah, I just think this is a cool call out though. I really I think this is a neat proof of concept here from Maisa AI, and I'm interested to see not only how Maisa progresses, but other companies that are kind of building on top of reasoning engines themselves on top of other AI models. I think that's going to be an interesting way to enhance reasoning and thinking on models while we're kind of in this dip of finding good data and having only marginal increases in performance or performance increases in training models. I think approaches like this are going to be able to enhance that while we figure out things behind the scenes, while the companies kind of figure out things behind the scenes of training models and actually improving just on raw training. So yeah, I will follow these guys too, because I'm very optimistic once they actually open it up to tool use that this will be a really cool way to make agents. And I'm really optimistic, and I've been trying a bunch of different agent frameworks, and so I want to give this a try, and especially if it's built on top of other LLMs, that's cool, because you could feed in the one you want and then go from there. But yeah, that's all I've planned for stream today. It was late today. I didn't really have much content, honestly, just kind of winged it. And I felt that, it was a little rough today. Not much content, but back in full swing tomorrow. I just need to get my sleep schedule in order, really. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Just a quick one. Subscribe to YouTube. I have a bunch of YouTube videos. I'm going to start uploading regularly on there. If not long form, at least shorts. So check that out. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow 9 a.m. Tomorrow 9 a.m. Pacific. See you then. Ending.